What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you guys have a great day today. In today's video, we are going to be doing some live arena action, this time on the alt account. Yes, that's right. We will be playing live arena on the alt. This is something I rarely ever do on the alt, mainly because I just don't play live arena on the alt account because I don't have the time. The schedules don't really match up, and I already play my main account as well. So it's doing live arena on two different accounts. Just doesn't make sense in terms of overall time. So this account gets the short end of it. But we did just pull a brand new mythical toy on this account last week, and we built them out over the last couple of days. So that champion is going to be Galathir. This is my Galathir. Right out of the box, we have a 5-star soul. We saved that from the Soulstone altar over the years. And yeah, it's a huge stat boost, no doubt about that. This guy is an absolute powerhouse. You guys might have heard of him, but he's one of the best champions in the game. All right, so let's quickly go over his kit if you guys are not familiar here. He's got an A1 AoE turn meter fill for your entire team, which is just crazy. His A2 in his base form is a full team cleanse with a big heal based on his HP, and also a turn meter fill and a block debuff, all on a 3-turn cooldown. This is probably one of the most busted team cleanses in the entire game. There's just so much going on. Everything you want is happening right here in this ability. And then he has a team-wide revive with a perfect veil in his base form as well. He also has a damage reduction passive, 5% for every 100 resistance on this champion. So ideally you want at least 500 resistance on him to cap this out. And then he has an active effect on a 3-turn cooldown, which prevents his death from fatal damage. Usually these type of active effects are 4-turn or longer, so this one on a 3-turn is already very strong value. Going into his alternate form here, he does have a mean grin on his face, and his A1 here has got an AoE decreased turn meter this time instead of the increased turn meter from the base form. His A2 is going to be an AoE attack. Before attacking, it's going to strip all the buffs, and then he's going to place block active skills, and it's not going to trigger any counterattacks. Block active skills, very crippling ability if he lands all this. Obviously, he does have affinity issues and all that. And then he has an A3 here. It's going to be a 4-turn cooldown, increased accuracy, places decreased resistance, and a stun on everybody. So he's going to bump up his accuracy, reduce your resistance, and then stun you. And then going into his passive here, his passive effect, increase this champion's accuracy equal to 75% of their resistance when placing debuffs or activating instant effects. So all of these debuffs on his A2, A3, and I guess his A1 will get this boost here, 75% of his resistance. 3-turn active ability here. If an enemy's accuracy is higher than this champion's resistance, has a 50% chance of transferring any of this hard CC stuff back to the enemy when placing debuffs on this champion. So he has some additional crowd control protection there as well. So just going over my build here, we went with 9-piece Mercurial. It seems like a pretty obvious choice for one of the best support champions in the game. Now, the Grim Forest has been in rotation. This is month 4. So obviously some of the people here will be getting some even crazier builds, some crazier stats. I'm pretty happy with this overall build. I think it's quite strong. 369 speed here. We got 650 resistance. So like I said, you want to hit for 500 resistance at least to cap out his damage mitigation from his passive. You do want a little bit of accuracy here because he does land stuns and debuffs and strips. He does get an accuracy boost from his own increased accuracy, and of course 75% accuracy boost from his resistance. So in this case, we're probably getting like 500-ish extra accuracy on top. So yeah, he's getting a ton of accuracy from his passive. Of course, you want him super tanky and relatively fast so that he can cycle through, so he can get those refreshing mercurial stacks. Very important. So in terms of the relic, we went with Volcardiac Heart. I don't have a lot of relics on this account. It's not a big relic farming mat kind of account in that regards, but I do have Volcardiac Heart. So I have 3 of them on this account. I have 3 mythical relics, and all 3 of them are Volcardiac Hearts. So I put one on him. I think Volcardiac Heart is pretty good in live arena. Obviously protects you a little bit from Marius, from the AoE splash damage. It also gives them some additional survivability. In terms of the gemstones that we're using, some pretty nice ones here. We got some mythical ones. They ignore defense effects by 12% less effective against this wear. We got 2 of them slotted in, which is really nice. I'm not sure if it's multiplicative or additive. You guys let me know in the comments below if you guys know. The wearer receives 5% less damage from single target attacks. Figure that makes sense When attacked, the wearer has 15% chance of decreasing the duration of random buff on the attacker. Again, this is pretty cool as well. And he'll probably get attacked because when he revives your team, the team is under veil, so he's going to be the only target. And of course, he's going to be a pretty high priority target to kill, so he has a chance to remove those buffs from the enemy. Any kind of relic that gives you speed, HP, accuracy, or resistance would be viable. Something like the wand would be fine as well. If you're running super high resistance, maybe the wand might not work that well, since maybe enemies are less likely to target him with debuffs. You could also use obviously better relics like the speed relics like Hilt. The Chrysalis of Rebirth would probably be the best one because you get an extra turn when you revive somebody. And yeah, that would be just insane on somebody like Galathir for a support to basically recover. You could even take something like the Last Laugh Amulet, for example. The Last Laugh Amulet gives you the delay effect, here, and then you can keep yourself alive and then go right into like a big heal. So you can out heal the damage that you just took. It's pretty interesting. I mean, he's pretty flexible in terms of what kind of relics you want to put on him, but those are just some small suggestions there. In terms of blessing, I think Life Harvest is basically a slam dunk for him. You could go something like Banner, maybe. You could go something like Lightning Cage, but it's less likely that your buffs will get stripped off because of its resistance usually. So it feels like Life Harvest is pretty much a slam dunk. In longer fights, you're going to reduce the max HP of your opponent, and then you get a turn meter fill, which is always good for a support champion. I think I would probably recommend Life Harvest at 3 stars since you get the turn meter fill, and at 1 star, you probably go with something like Lightning Cage. In terms of the masteries here, I did put a little bit of thought into these masteries. Obviously, going down to resistance here for some extra 50, went for HP, went for the bigger heals, and then we went for rapid response, so you get some extra turn meter. Cycle of Magic, so you can get back your key abilities. Went for Spirit Haste, just so you get some extra speed when he needs to revive somebody. And then we went for Master Hexer so that he has a chance to increase his duration of his block actives. This could really win the fight if you get this 30% chance. An extra turn on the block actives is actually very, very crazy. Improved parry, damage reduction against big crit hits. We went for Shadow Heal just to give him some extra healing. He does have a ton of healing himself already, but if he's if he's in his alternate form, he's not going to get a lot of healing, so the Shadow Heal could be helpful. And then lastly, we went for Retribution and then down to Unshakable, like I said. I think these are pretty good masteries for him. So let's bring him into some content. I'm going to pick him in basically every single fight, and then we'll see how well he performs. All right, guys, fresh season of live arenas. Let's jump into it here. All right, you guys can kind of tell I don't play a lot of live arena on this account, only at 5,000 points. Pretty crazy. My roster is not super fine tuned or anything like that. Some of the builds are really, really old. The gear is still pretty good, especially the gear that doesn't require any kind of energy farm. All the gear that's farmed from areas, I still play this account at an end game level. For example, farming Hydra, for example, doing Doom Tower, all the lethal gear farming and stuff. So I still have some pretty decent gear there. So let's pick, I want to pick my DPS champions first because I feel like I'm kind of lacking in that department. So I have to at least get Empress here, and then Fabian is going to be our main lockout champion. Now on this account, we have some pretty good support champions. You guys might see some different champions here on this account compared to my main account. Now, pretty unfortunate here that they ended up picking Galathir. You don't expect, people at this level to have Galathir, but hey, so there you go. A little bit unfortunate there. All right, we're gonna go in with this squad here. We're gonna go in with a speed team, try to lock him out, try to control him a little bit. If Carnage gets through, then Carnage has his chance to shut down this Galathir. So we'll do this first fight playing against Galathir instead of using our own. So also gives us a chance to use our base for the first time as well. Now, our base is going to be a little bit simpler in terms of what to do with her. You basically just build her fast. So we put our fastest gear on her. She's okay speed. I mean, speed on this account is not crazy. Still a couple champions over 400 speed, but 400 speed nowadays is just not anything insane or anything like that at this level. All right, let's do it. So Fabian comes in here, locks them out. Nobody's in Stone Skin, so it looks like gear is going to be an issue for this guy. We will go with the turn meter boost here. Let's go straight into it. All right, so the Queen of Hearts gets a chance here. Probably gonna go full strip. No, that's strange. Okay, so try to fear and feel like maybe we just A1. Our team's pretty weak to Marius here. Feel like we just A1. Sure, why not? Galathir is gonna get a chance to come back here. Okay. Don't think that's gonna work here against us. All right, so that's gonna be it for this guy. All right, not really much. I mean, this player is probably new or something like that. So, there we go, 90 level 97, right? So got some nice champs, but probably still new to the game or new to the mode. All right, let's get our Galathir this time. Okay, this guy is probably going to be a little bit harder, just a little bit more of a seasoned player. I feel like going for the Fabian first just because he's still pretty special. The lockout, there's only a couple viable lockouts in this meta, so Fabian's going to be the one that gets picked a lot. Okay, so we get a chance to pick our guy. Let's go with the Galathir here. Yeah, this guy's going to mean business here. 6-star blessed already, +1 Crixia. This guy's going to mean business. All right, we're going to bring in this squad here. Unfortunately, he brought out the lockout, so that's going to be pretty tough. We banned the nice instead of the predator, so I'm not too sure. I mean, either one of them would have been pretty nasty here in this fight. Let's see how well we do. We're going to run into the lockout here ourselves. Do get locked out, unfortunately. Okay, let's think we can transform. Place the stone skin on ourselves. And yeah. Okay. Galathir. I do want to save the revive passive here a little bit. So I don't want to transform or anything like that. Still have mercurial stacks. And let's just stick with the Empress main base form. Actually, okay, let's just transform. It's okay. And let's see if we can kill somebody. Nope. Nope. Just broke their shields. Okay. We go after Crixia here. All right, so we're probably going to lose this Carnage. And unfortunately, we lost the taunt on the R-base as well, which is really bad. Yeah, we lost the taunt on the R-base. I don't think we're going to be able to recover from this. Obviously, the Predator is going to be full on evading us. Be pretty nasty. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work out. The Predator is just going to be running wild against us here, and we're already pretty far behind. So let's try again. All right, let's try again here. All right, so he's going for Empress. Let's pick our guy here so that we can get a decent showcase of his abilities. All right, so go with Marius. We're going to pick one more damage dealer here. Let's go with Carnage again. All right, let's go with this group here. We got the CC brothers, we got Armans and Fabian here. On this account, I have a 6-star Armans. That's kind of the route that I went with this account. So I am working towards the 6-star Fabian. Which seems to have aged a little bit better than Armans with this recent meta. Actually, in recent metas, not even just recently, but luckily we do get to go first here with our Fabian. So we're going to lock him out. Running 2 mythicals, so the lockout's not going to hurt him that much. Okay, let's see what Arman's going to be able to do here. We do get some stuns. Great. All right, we're in full control here. Cleanse and Terminator Boost from Galathir. Super OP. Gonna land our debuffs against Hilvy. And Hilvy's gonna go down. Nope, not quite. Okay, let's finish her off. Here we go. And let's just transform and then just nuke them down. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Galathir, just a Terminator boost and some additional block debuffs. I mean, it's just a crazy A2 from him if he's not locked out. We don't have crazy, we don't have crazy resistance. We have like 660. It's not gonna resist most dedicated debuffers. Anything over 700 resistance, maybe you have a better chance, but 600 is probably not gonna cut it. I think most speed boosters or debuffers probably running at least 500 accuracy. So 600 resistance just not gonna cut it. So he's picked the 3 supports. So we're pretty wide open on what we want to do here. Probably leave Arbase off this one. I don't mind Carnage. And let's go with the Armans here for a little bit of control. All right, let's go. We're going to try our Raglan out here. She's pretty newly built, so we just want to bring her out for a little bit of play testing. But we got some pretty good supports. Galathir, Raglan, Armans. All right, let's see how fast his Hilvy is. Galathir is pretty decently fast, but he's not going to be winning too many speed races against dedicated speed boosters. And we go first. There we go. So now we get the block debuffs with the Terminator boost. That's pretty huge, especially against this Commodus. So at this point, we're looking pretty good. Increased accuracy with the increased attack here. And let's just strip off some of this stuff. There we go. And we will shut down her. Does get the revive coming back. Nope, he's going for the strip first. Our guys have block debuffs, so he's not going to be able to land his bombs. Fortunately, this Garrow is going to run amok on us too. The A1. Couldn't strip off the counterattack stuff. Gonna break the stacks here. And let's kill this guy off. Oh my god, we couldn't do it. All right, let's transform. See if we can strip off some of this stuff. Let's strip off some of this stuff here. There we go. Strips. That's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. Gotta admit. Galathir transforming into the secondary form for the full CC stuff. Pretty crazy, right? Carnage. Drop into fears. Can we transform? Don't get feared. Nice. Hell swap. Let's block revive the Marichka. Garrel's pretty shut out here. Can't really do anything. We're just going to try to run out the unkillable. All right, so it's just Garrel against the world. Stun. There we go. Stun. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Full CC champion here. Just an insane champion. Mr. Galathir, of course. Still shut out with the block actives. Took the speed buff from him. Big heal time. Not going to be able to outrun the block actives, unfortunately, for him. So oh, we weak hit this time. So a little bit of a negative there, of course. Um, just waiting him out. Just do a big heal here. All right, there we go. Pretty good. Let's keep going. We can do another one. All right. Predator. Let's go, Predator. Okay. Sure. We'll just pick Galathir just because we want to get him in some showcase fights here. Got Hilvy. Oh, with Theodosa here too. Okay, so let's go with our damage dealers. Oh, he's got all sorts of interesting champions. I forgot what this champion's name is, but his passive does the buff swaps. Not too sure. Let's go with our base. Sure, let's go with our base. And we will be dumping. Theodosa might be the big trouble one. Go with dumping Theodosa. Sure, everything's okay. All right, we get the lockout in. Everybody's locked out? Yeah. I think the Predator's locked out as well. All right, turn meter boost, increase attack. Turn meter boost, block debuff, crazy. And everybody's in Mercurial, so it kind of sucks. I wonder if he can still swap like any of the buffs, even with Mercurial. Let's see. No, debuff got blocked. Yeah, so I don't think the swapping ability works if they have Mercurial. Okay, just a little test there. Pretty sure it wouldn't work, but just wanted to be sure. Let's go after this stack. Pretty sure he's locked out, so he has to transform here. We can't remove any of these mercurial stuff. Pretty annoying. Pretty annoying. Just gonna transform and use the taunt to protect everybody. Taunt going. Nine-piece predator. Nine-piece predator here. Okay, break those mercurials. There we go. And we will petrify you. All right, now it's our turn to shine. Let's go. There we go. Nice. And HP burn stuff. There we go. Full team, full mercurial. Slow, a little bit of a slower fight for sure. He's got the Hunter's Gaze attack, but he has the taunt in his way, so he's gonna be stuck. Yeah, he's stuck. That. Big heal. There you go, Galathir supporting the team. Locked out. Looking pretty good. Just gotta kill this Pred. Through this. How come this Veil's lasting for so long? Does he have something? How come this veil's lasting for so long? Curious. Okay, nice. Got that win. Let's do one more just so let's do one more win so we can get the chest. All right, Mr. Chewy. Go. Make sure Galathir gets in there. All right, so we got Bayek. Interesting. I guess we're looking for higher accuracy guys. Or we can just ban him. Maybe just ban him. I don't have crazy accuracy attackers like Carnage, but Wukong a little bit of accuracy, but Arbe kind of makes sense here with increased accuracy as well. So bringing her in could be useful, but I could just ban Bayek. Bayek's pretty annoying champion. No 6-star banner. We have 6-star Theodosa, but this is a pretty nutty team here. It's got a bunch of stuff. Could ban Theo, could ban Predator, could ban Bayek, could ban even Suzanne. I think we banned Bayek just. I mean, pretty sure we can deal with Theodosa here. Yeah, I think we're okay. Okay, I mean, there's a lot of things he could ban. He could ban a lot of things. Probably the lockout would have been my choice if I was him, because then he still relies on, like, for example, Predator, Bayek, Suzanne. So banning our Fabian kind of makes sense, but Carnage was probably like the cleanest way for us to kill his team. So that's probably why he banned him. Damn. That sucks. His Suzanne ended up being faster than our Fabian. Marius in Mercurial. He didn't have a banner or anything. We had a 5-star banner. So it's just, yeah. Our gear on this account is not great. I'll show the champions at the end, but not great. Oh, we actually survived. Pretty nice. Ooh, that is nice. Galathir is up next, so we'll just go to turn meter boost here. So Galathir is going to get in the big heal. Everybody gets healed up. Nice. Let's go with this. Oh. Else. Oh, that's my bad, I guess. Oh man, that's my bad. That is my bad. All right, we're in trouble here. There we go. At least we got a little bit of that. Man, that's my bad. So Galathir has the strip and stun. No revive after. Let's just do the turn meter up. Push back turn meter here. Okay, we get the attack in. There we go. A little bit lucky there. My fault on the Empress doing the health swap on the Predator. And then, of course, getting the counterattack from the Predator. This guy's pretty nuts. He's pretty nuts. So my bad there. I could have just easily swapped health with like Suzanne and then just AoE'd him and then he would have died. Now Galathir did get debuffed there by the Theodosa. So against Mythicals, the resistance is probably not going to be enough. Obviously, we got what 650. It's not enough. you know, you definitely want more resistance. I have a HP chest, which is not ideal, but this is actually a pretty good roll and a rework here. So we got pretty lucky on this one. Even though it's not a resistance chest, still a pretty good chest. Actually, I didn't show you guys the individual pieces here. So this is like from 4 months of farming Mercurial, just so you guys know. This is a really good weapon. It has all the stats you want: HP percentage, resistance, accuracy, and speed, with a triple roll in speed as well. This one's also very good. It's a 5-star, unfortunately, but it's still pretty good. Got HP and resistance. This shield, triple speed with resistance and HP. I mean, it's pretty good. 4 months of farming. This glove, just out of the box, you know, strong enough to use. Obviously, HP percentage is really hard. The bottom 3 rows are very hard to get, especially when you have limited items, like the Grim Forest, for example. So yeah, we got really lucky here on the main stat: HP percentage and the double roll speed and resistance. Obviously, if you got like accuracy or defense percentage, would have been even more helpful. And then of course this chest, this boot, I would say it's pretty solid. HP percentage here, accuracy and resistance. It's a legendary piece as well, so very lucky to get that. In terms of the accessories, these are the hardest ones, of course, just because of how limited they are. We have to use this attack ring, so we're missing some stats here. But otherwise, we did max out on the HP. We got the HP percentage and flat HP as well. For the amulet, not bad. We got accuracy and resistance on this one as well. So this is what we want on the main stat HP. And then the banner, we do have a kind of lackluster banner here. It's accuracy with the double roll and speed with no HP percentage stats, which is very bad. But we just don't really have any real options here. Like this defense banner is even worse defense banner. And then this is an accuracy banner that's a worse version of this one. And it's probably going to be a sell. I mean, I can rework this before selling, but you can see that all the pieces I have been reworking. So what reworking means is basically using the ores. So I've saved up all these ores for the key sets only, of course. That's why I have so many. And obviously this account, I don't do as much maintenance work on it. So I don't do as much oring on the gear sets. So my gear is not as good on this account versus my main account. But you can see it's still not too bad, right? 369 speed, 116 base HP here. 650 resistance, so not too bad, right? But obviously looking for a little bit more, perhaps obviously from the banner, a nice resistance banner and a nice resistance chest. That'll probably push me somewhere into the 800 resistance area, which is going to feel a lot better. So anyways, guys, let's talk about the champions here that I used real quick in this. So we did use Star Sage Galathir, which is the showcase champion here today. And then we were using Empress. So this is my Empress on my alt account, fully free to play, obviously, like some of you guys may know and all that. So yeah, a little bit, you know, underpowered in terms of crit damage. We were only 2 stars here. We were using the wand, lightning cage, and all that. Pretty similar to my main account. More HP, less crit damage. So that's about it. Just kind of the way that the gear went. Here, the Arbase is brand new. We just kind of built her out. Just put the best speed gear, or some of the best speed gear we have on her. 415 is the best we got. We got the wand of submission as well, with a lightning cage on her. Not insanely fast or anything like that, but that's going to be the limits of this account. Fabian has the fastest gear on this account. He's 422. He's only 5 stars, so he's going to gain some stats once we 6-star him. So he's going to be somewhere around 430. He's just full stats, full speed stats right now. We do have the only quad speed piece on both my accounts after 6 years of playing this game. That's how crazy it is when you guys see these kind of rolls, quad rolls on speed sets. They just don't happen unless you dump a ton of money into either energy or buying gear packs. But yeah, so that's my Fabian. He's running the wand as well. Carnage on this account, we haven't forged too much swift parry on this account. I still need to get to that, but obviously running low on Magi Steel. It's really expensive to do swift parry, but we definitely can do that. So a little bit shy on the accuracy here, 361, but decent stats overall on this guy. He's got a 5-star. I did go with the Orb of Transfixion just for kind of like fun, a little bit of testing. He has a 10% chance to steal 1 random buff when attacking a target. Yeah, it's up to 20% at where it is right now. It's kind of interesting. This gives him a little bit extra when he goes in to strip your buffs. He can also steal them as well. Lightning Cage, of course, on Carnage here. But I definitely prefer Swift Parry and Stone Skin instead of Lethal Stone Skin on Carnage here. We do have Raglan. Raglan's a new addition to the group. She's a crazy support champion. We got her 9-piece Mercurial as well, which is pretty nuts considering how much champions we have in 9-piece Mercurial. She's 330 speed, 104 HP. She doesn't require accuracy or resistance, but if she had a little bit of resistance, then you can, prevent her from getting crowd control, which is kind of nice. Survival instinct, I mean, this kind of just helps her recover a little bit from getting crowd control. I'm definitely, just play testing this a little bit here. In terms of blessings, relics, sorry, we went with aspect of Suroth, pretty much just for stats, but not too bad on her as well as a support champion. And we got the 6-star R-Man, Supersonic Stone Skin build. I find Supersonic a little bit less useful nowadays. He's pretty decent stats here, 381 speed, 510 accuracy. The accuracy is definitely on the low side nowadays. And I don't really use him too much just because of how tough it is for him right now. And then after that, we have Hilvi. Hilvi is in 9-piece Mercurial as well. She's in slightly faster Mercurial gear than Galathir. Pretty low accuracy on her, unfortunately. 374 on her. We are running the wand. Pretty good pieces, focusing more a bit on speed for Hilvi. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We basically just used 8 champions for all those fights. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that little showcase here on Star Sage Galathir. 9-piece Mercurial is definitely the way to go. If you don't have that, you can go for Stone Skin. You definitely want to give him some extra ways to survive. He does bring the passive and all that keeps him alive, and it's just pretty crazy. And obviously you want him to be relatively hard to crowd control, so something like the wand could be okay, high resistance, just so he can have the ability to revive your team and all that stuff. Yeah, he's an insane support, handles a lot of different situations, which is great, right? From one champion. And that's really what you want from a mythical champion, a game-changing champion, right? Something that can handle many different situations. He's very good in Chimera trials as well. So if I ever get a chance to set up a trial team for him, then that's definitely going to be pretty useful. But for me, it's just going to be mainly a arena champion. But if you pull him early or mid game, he's going to be a crazy carry in all areas of the game for you. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little showcase for Star Sage here. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Do you guys have Star Sage yourself? How do you guys use him and all that? Mythicals have been in the game for, over two and a half years now. So let me know if you guys figured out some cool ways to use these champions. If you guys enjoy the content, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button so you guys can come back for more. It really helps me out. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.